so I'm here today. I'm super excited to share with you my social media strategy for 2024. I have a lot of good things. I've done a lot in the past, and I'm super excited to where my numbers are currently, so let's get into it. So I've done, I think, 2 or 3 videos of these before for my 2021, 2022, and 2023, or maybe 2022 until now, one of those, but I will have those linked down below so you can see. And I've had strategies throughout my videos, strategies throughout the time I've been on social media that I feel like do work very well. So I wanted to share them with you and my current strategies that I'm continuing on using and the ones that I'm kind of getting rid of and just what I have planned for the rest of the year. So we're obviously not just worried about numbers. We're not just worried about followers. However, followers do matter. Analytics also matter, and I feel like the quality of videos you're putting out and how many views you get per video also matters a bit as well. So there's a lot that plays into that. However, I feel like followers in general shows you what you're doing correctly and what you're not doing correctly. Because in general, if you are doing good videos, your following is going to grow in general. So my current followings for all my platforms that I do currently: TikTok, I have 63,538. YouTube, I have about 15,100. And then Facebook doesn't really matter. However, I do use that a little bit, and I have about 14,000 on there. Obviously, I'm going to plug my TikTok because that's the one I focus on the most right now, and my YouTube a little bit, but you're already on my YouTube, so subscribe if you haven't, and like this video. However, you can come check out my TikTok. I'll have that link down below, and I feel like that's where I grow the quickest, and that's where I really use a lot of these strategies already, so you can see them in real time. So in general, 2021, I'm trying to read off this a little bit. 2021, I was really heavy on growth. I started with 0 followers on TikTok and obviously on YouTube, but we're kind of going to talk about TikTok because it's my most recent one I've grown on, and I have a lot of followers over there compared to my other social medias. So I was heavily on growth because I was like, what can I do to get to the 10,000 to get monetized on TikTok? 2022, I have the followers now to actually start to get money, obviously still grow, and then what can I do to try to get brand partnerships? 2023, I mainly just pushed on the brand partnerships and pushed on growing even more. I wanted to kind of dip my toes in a little bit of UGC, and I did that as well, and that was super fun. And now in 2024, I want to do all of that obviously and still just grow. 2024, I really want to grow because I feel like this past year I haven't grown as much. However, my videos have been pushed more. So it's like, it's a give or take. Like, I feel like I really had a big boost in growth in the past couple years, and then it slowed down this past year or so. However, like I said, I feel like I have gotten more views on my videos. I've got all the other stuff. I've got more brand partnerships, so at least I see that growth. And so 2024, I really want to just focus on growing, continue on making great content, making more money than I have in the past, and everything like that. But I'm at 60K, and I think that's a really big milestone. I'm super excited about that. So I really want to try to get to 100K by the end of 2024. Because how can we have strategies without goals? I'm going to do it in 3 different categories. So mainly my TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, and then my just overall in general. Biggest overall things that I want to share with you in the beginning right now is growth is so big in the beginning, because if you do not make good content, no one's going to see it, and then in the end you're not going to be gaining followers. Followers are very important because they're following to watch more content of yours. They'll be pushed videos that you watch as well, and you want to like obviously get followers because that shows too that what you're doing is working. If your goal is not to grow and just post for fun, that's okay too, so you don't have to listen to honestly any of this video. But if your goal is to grow, it's very big and very important to have strategy. So for example, on my TikTok, on all of my pages, I think of every video that I do, what and why would someone want to watch this specific video that I'm going to post, take my time on, and make. So for example, obviously I have my long form content on YouTube, and long form content is getting bigger on TikTok right now. So I'm like, what can I talk about for a while that will be interesting, so I'm not just sitting there doing absolutely nothing? So if you see on my TikTok and a lot of my TikTok is mainly heavily focused on me working at Target. So if it's not me working at Target, I do a couple extra videos that I do like doing for fun of makeup, etc., things like that. But I feel like your channels, your profile should be heavily big on growth and maintaining that category. You have to be open and honest to yourself. It's like, are you doing a strategy? If you are and it's not working, you have to be able to pivot and move to something else, even though you love that idea I'm not saying it's a bad idea at all. I'm just saying you maybe need to add something to it. You need to make it more unique so followers and people want to watch. Because at the end of the day, if you are not growing, you are not going to reach the goals that you do want. I've always stood by doing cheap videos. What can you do for absolutely free or at least very cheap? So for me, I could talk about working at Target because it's absolutely free to me. I can talk about growing on YouTube because it's absolutely free to me. I can go into Target and say, oh my gosh, this is what you need to buy. This is what you shouldn't buy. So many things that you can do for absolutely no money. So specifically, what can you teach people about? What can you tell someone about that's free and you're not always having to go buy things to make a video? So TikTok is very, very big right now. The talk about it being banned is kind of scary and very interesting, but I like to be hopeful and hope that it doesn't get banned. So for example, obviously my TikTok, I really focus heavy on my Target content. If it's not about Target, I usually don't post about it. There is some videos, like I said, that I post for fun. I believe that you should still enjoy your content and you can do stuff that isn't heavily related on your niche. However, I feel like it should be like an 80-20. 80% strategy driven videos and 20% can be for fun, shits and giggles, things like that. So my biggest thing when I am thinking of videos to post, I'm walking around Target, I'm working or something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, someone would love to know about X, Y, and Z. Oh my gosh, this product just came out, I should post about it. And that is what runs through my mind all day, every day. Or if I'm at home scrolling through TikTok, I'm like, oh my gosh, someone's talking about this about their job, I could talk about this about working at Target. Everything like that. Or just if there's new Target updates, I love to update people about that on my channel and my pages. If there's struggles that I go through, I love sharing that. Something that's very fun for me when I'm thinking of content is what can I make a series? What can I talk about every week, every other week, or every month? And for example, on my page, I can talk about the Target gratis that I get every month, the Target samples I get every month, my paycheck every 2 weeks, things like that. People stealing stuff. There's so many things that I can make series of that I can talk about day in and day out. It's super easy and it's very repeatable, which is good. Those do very well on my channel. So when people see that, they're like, oh my gosh, I've watched this one already from her. Here's a new one from her. I like this topic. Let's watch it. How to get a job at Target. Things like that. There's so many things that I can talk about again and again that I can make series about. So what can you do to make series of the topic that you are talking about? And obviously I like to make my random videos of like, oh my gosh, this is what happened when I'm working at Target. Look at this thing stolen. Look at this thing spilled. What you should buy, what you shouldn't buy, things like that. So it's really fun that I can play with a lot of different categories within working at Target. And what I love about my page specifically, it's very specific to me. It's very like my experience of me working at Target. I've worked there for 6 years. What makes me different than the other people posting about Target is because I worked there. I worked there for 6 years. I work in the beauty section, so many different things. So really like push deep down inside you of what makes you specifically unique in your situation. Yes, you might be like other people, but what makes you specifically unique? And ultimately that will be what pushes you to success, to gain more followers because you are standing out. Something new at the end of the year that they have done on TikTok is the TikTok shop. I've dabbled a bit in there, promoting products, things like that. That has been super fun. I've made some money throughout that as well, so that's been great. I've been sent a few products and things like that to test out, make videos of, so that was definitely pretty cool, and that obviously adds to my income. All my social medias combined last year, which is about $5,000, pretty much cleared half of that already within this past 3 months. So I'm like, ooh, that's exciting just on TikTok. 5,000 was for all of my social medias, all my brand partnerships, all of that stuff. So I think that's pretty cool, and I definitely see TikTok really standing out for me this year because of the new creativity program that they have. So the creativity program that they have, it used to be the Creator Fund. They made a new one called Creativity Program, something of that sort. So what that means is the Creative Fund is completely gone now. The creativity program is here now, and that specifically is you only get paid for videos that are over a minute. This was a very big turning page for me because my whole TikTok was, what can I make in 15 seconds? What are videos that I can make so I can push out as many videos as possible? When I was first starting on TikTok, I was posting 3 times a day. So I was like, I gotta make these videos short so I have content and time and energy and mental capabilities to post 3 times a day. Now that that is gone, which I'm happy that I was already phased through that, I need to start thinking of longer form content. And then I started thinking about that earlier, mid-year last year, and that has definitely helped me pivot to what I'm kind of doing now. And I'm not fully pivoting, I would say more like sidestepping to longer content now. So if you look on my page, I've been doing a lot of different longer content, such as a lot of my series are longer content, which is very handy because those do very well. Like I said, my Target paycheck are usually over a minute. My videos about products stolen at Target are usually over a minute. What I got for gratis is usually over a minute as well. So that definitely has been a little bit different to transition to. However, it has been nice because, like I said, I've made like half of, if not over half of what I made all year and as a whole already right now just on TikTok in this creativity program that they currently have now. So it does suck because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm posting these shorter videos for nothing. However, you have to think of it a bit differently because I see it on my page. Okay, I'm still posting smaller videos, shorter content that may not get paid. However, it's gaining traction. It's getting videos. Not videos. It's getting followers. It's getting views. And that's okay too because if no one's watching me and I'm only posting content just to get paid, just for over a minute videos, then it's like people are going to see that, and I'd rather have a little nice combination of both. Sprinkle in a few minute videos. So for example, I talked about the Stanley Cups and that blew up and I got so many followers through that. I did not get paid for that video. However, I got more eyeballs on my page, more people watching it because of those eyeballs, etc. Things like that, more followers. And overall, brands really look at followers a lot, as well as like obviously retention rate, all of that stuff. But I feel like if you have a big following, you are more approachable to brands because you're like, oh, it looks like you got followers for some reason. You kind of know what you're doing. Obviously, that's not the full story, but it does help. So it's like you have to think of like a little bank of stuff and how all of this fits into this bank and using that as your strategy to grow your page. Woo, that was a lot. Okay, we're gonna move on to YouTube. YouTube in the past is what I started off on, and that's what I got monetized on first. I first hit my 1,000 subscribers, and now I'm at 15. A lot of last year, I used YouTube just to repost my TikToks, and I occasionally posted some YouTube videos and my long form content over there. However, I did take a long break from my long form content. I'm honestly getting back into it a little more, and I've honestly been really enjoying that again, so I think I'm going to be pushing that back into my strategies and really focusing more on long form content on my YouTube because it is fun and it is a source of income as well. So it's just a strategy as well that I want to use, and I'm using the same strategy. What videos can I make that I can talk about a while that I can post onto YouTube? However, it was nice because the TikTok videos I was posting on YouTube were doing very well for me as well because I was still making about as much as I made when I was originally just posting my YouTube videos like once every week. So I was like, wow, I can do absolutely nothing and just repost my TikToks, and I'm still making about like $100 a month, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that $100 extra is pretty nice. So I want to put some extra time and effort into my YouTube channel and make a little bit more than that now with my longer form content also in addition. So I'm super excited to be bringing a lot of my long form content back onto YouTube and doing those videos. So overall, I'm honestly just going to be more regular with my longer form content on YouTube, but I'm also going to be posting obviously all of my reposted TikToks over here as well. I've been loving getting back on my YouTube grind, so been loving that. And lastly, Facebook. Facebook really does not play a big part in my strategy. I just repost and only repost my TikTok videos onto Facebook. I make a little bit of money. If you were on my channel for a while, or if you were on social media in general in the past couple of years, YouTube Shorts, or not YouTube, Facebook Shorts were super big. The Facebook Reel bonus that they were doing in 2022, I can't really remember, but I'll post those videos on here, did very well, and I made so much money on that. So it's kind of just readjusting from that of like, oh my gosh, that's not how much I'll make all the time, because I made like $35,000 that year, with majority of that being on Facebook, which is wild. That is not the fact at this point. So I am just adjusting back of, okay, this is what I'm doing on my social medias, this is how much I'll probably approximately make now, and this is my benchmark, versus having like $35,000 not be my benchmark, because that is abnormal. Like I said, Facebook is not paying as much as they were. That's okay. I'm just using it because it is a little bit of extra income. It helps grow my Facebook page. So it's really just there at this point. Brand partnerships. These are really big as well. Not as big of strategy for me. I just kind of more manifest them than reach out to brands. I'm also on Skeepers, which is really fun because they send you a lot of products. You apply and then you can get the products sent to you, which is very nice. It's great because I can use them for my videos. use them as PR hauls, all of that fun stuff. And obviously it's fun to get free things. That is a very big perk and a perk that I absolutely love working in this type of industry. However, those are all gifted products and you do not get paid for posting those videos. That's fine for me. I love getting free stuff, so it's a win-win. There's a few brands that I do get paid for posting videos, but that is more slim. However, I really want to just focus on growth, focusing on making good videos, and I believe that the brands will come to me and pay for me to do videos for them. My biggest thing with those are just to pitch my price and try to make it a little bit higher every time. There's some ongoing brands that I work with, which is super fun. One specific one that I can think of that I love working with is FabFitFun, so that has been really great, and I love opening their boxes every season, so I love being able to work with them for a long-term collaboration. I think that's super cool. I have gotten reached out to a couple brands for like one-time deals, and that has been fun as well, and it builds on my portfolio, which is really great. Back to skeepers. Biggest thing for that is once you can hit those marks and stay on skeepers, I highly recommend that if you are getting into making content, and specifically in the beauty makeup industry, because it's a lot of that stuff. So once you do that, apply, and I've gotten so many products from them. I've honestly tried so many of the other ones that people recommend, and it just doesn't work out. It's a waste of time in my opinion, and I don't reach out to brands like I mentioned, so this is the best way that I feel like I've gotten for the energy I put in of actually getting products sent to me. Here's some examples of everything I've gotten sent. I've gotten sent so many things from here, and like I said, I'm super grateful. I love all the brands on there, and there's some really big name brands on there, which is absolutely fun and amazing to work with. Know that it will take a while. It will not be like, oh my god, I worked on this for 10 days, I haven't grown, what the hell. It's gonna take a while. It may take 6 months to a year to fully see the work that you have put in. So my biggest thing is it will take time. It will not be something quick. It's the long game. It takes time to grow anything. It takes time to be good at anything. It's definitely not a get rich quick thing. Obviously people can grow quickly. However, the norm is it does take time. So overall, my biggest thing is if you do not have strategy, if you are not growing, you need to change your strategy. Growth will 100% determine on what you are doing with the videos you are posting and the content that you are posting. If you want to see real-time examples of the strategies that I have mentioned, go to my TikTok, watch my YouTube videos. I have a lot of growth YouTube videos on my channel and on my TikTok. That's just honestly real-time examples that I do. YouTube is really nice because I can really explain why I do X, Y, and Z. So honestly, use both of those for your advantage. And overall, if you are struggling and you can't find the motivation to do it, just like have some goals, put in the work. And I'm just a girl from Nebraska. Like, I'm nothing special. I work at Target, like a dead-end job that everyone says. I don't live in California. I don't live in big cities, etc. I'm just a Nebraska girl. That really shows that you can be literally anyone and still grow. You can still make money online. You can still achieve your dreams that you have. It honestly just matters of who you are and what can you use for that to make yourself unique, because everyone is unique in their own way. Highly recommend testing out different videos on your channel, pages, to kind of see what works for you, and then go with what is working and continue on that path. If you have any specific questions or videos that you want me to do about growing on social media, definitely leave those down below, or you can just DM me on Instagram. I hope this helped. It was very long-winded. I'm very sorry, but I wanted to share as much as I truly possibly could, and I'm super excited for 2024. It's already doing amazing for me, and I'm just so excited, so grateful, and everything in between. So I hope you guys liked watching this, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!